Welcome back right here in the heart of the Riverbend on this beautiful Monday morning. Joining me now is Lori Cummings because we are just, I don't know, not even 6 days away from the 45th Annual Harman Family Bluegrass Concert over at Lewis and Clark College. Lori, how are you doing today?
I'm mighty fine. Not much of a chance of being anything else than that.
That's right. Well, this is really exciting. So right off the bat, let's just set the tone here. This Saturday, we're all going to be able to enjoy a really cool concert. Take us through the event. So when we walk through the doors, what can we expect to see and witness?
Well, the building will probably be open at 6. Doors will open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. The Harmons and their friends will play first. It'll be them and a couple from Nashville, Tennessee, that play with them. They do some old Opry-type duet stuff.
Oh, cool, yeah.
A lot of stuff is covered in this show. Then they'll have a little break, and that Dalton Gang, who is a favorite at Silver Dollar City, and they're well liked everywhere they go. A bunch of young kids, young whippersnappers.
Yeah, there you go.
which we aren't anymore, but it's a family night of music. In fact, we haven't had a lot of youngsters come over the past few years, but we have a couple people that are bringing their 10, 11-year-olds. Of course, we have all our little young kids running around there, but it is a family night. You know, it's clean, and it's all kinds of entertainment done on bluegrass instruments. I mean, they'll play some country. The Harmons had a couple rock songs that I really liked. I can't hardly get them to do them every time, but the other band does a couple rock songs as well, and gospel and all kinds, just on bluegrass instruments. Fun time.
And, you know, I mean, a lot of younger people now are starting to get back into it seems like it's coming back into the swing of things. So, honestly, I could see next year or maybe the year after starting to see some younger faces. But take us through this. I mean, this is 45 years, which is not an easy feat for anything, let alone a continuous concert. How did this come about? Take us through the history of this. That's what's so neat.
45 years is a long time to me. There have been, I'm not certain, but I think the only people that have been there all 45 years are myself and my older brother, possibly his wife, but I thought she missed 1 year. But anyway, there are people that have been going there for 35 years.
Wow.
Every show.
And how did that idea start?
Well, my Aunt Mary Conley was in Sweet Adelines, and they had a program there at the college and invited us to play on it. And I don't remember the whatever of that, how that got from barbershop to bluegrass.
Right.
Anyway, we did that, and her and Mike talked. Mike's a business guy. So he talked it out and went to the college, and he got it going that next year. And I can't think right now what that year would have been, 78?
Wow.
Maybe, 77? And at first we had like ourselves, which it started with the original trio thing. My brother Bull, my younger brother, and my older brother Mike, and myself, and 2 other bands for the first several years for a whopping $2.50. You could get in and hear 3 hours of music with a big old jam at the end.
Times have changed.
Yes. Well, just recently, we've changed it to $20 because we had to. Because we're, advertisement and security. Now you have to have security, and the college itself and the price of the bands and everything going up. But we raised it, I think, when Daly and Vincent was there. But bigwigs,
right.
They're part of the Opry all of a sudden. So,
right.
But over the years, people haven't cared. They've said, we don't care how much the tickets are. We're just coming. And I only say that. I'm not saying it to brag about the show or the whatever that goes on there. But I'm the ticket salesperson. Mom and I went down to Nashville and played with some bands myself. And she stayed up and did most of the ticket sales, and then when she got sick, whatever, then I took back over. And I'm just the ticket seller right now, and I can just tell you that people call and say, oh, yeah, we want tickets, and I'll say, well, don't you want to know who the other... Well, okay, go ahead and tell us. But we're just coming for the Harmons, and I can't imagine that. I'm thankful. It's
Right.
just like a big old family, actually.
Right. It's a big reunion, really.
It is. The people, we've had clinkers, and we've been clinkers. So, to some. But everybody gets along fine. In fact, one time we had the fire drill went off, or fire buzzer went off, but it was almost at break time, and of course the women were in line for the bathroom, and they were all going, sounds like the fire alarm, but nobody was moving out of the line. they didn't want to lose their place in line, so they could get back in for the show to start.
Fire safety wasn't the best method that day.
Well, the fire department never showed up, and we did find out that it was actually one of our band people's son that did.
Oh, no.
it.
Well, he wasn't very successful in that, was he?
No. But there's been a lot of things over the years. Like we have some people that come in with canes or wheelchairs, and we just borrow theirs and go out to the parking lot and get the next person and bring him in.
Oh, but that's what's so cool about this. I mean, it makes it really that much more of an enjoyable show, because it's honestly, it's if you go to any concert in the last 20 years, you've seen how much of a nightmare it is to get in and out of those places. I mean, you're there for 3 hours stuck in traffic leaving. People are mean. They push you around, and then you barely get to enjoy the music, because nowadays a lot of these guys are on computer systems that have backtracks. But with this on Saturday, we're getting to see a family affair. We're getting to see all this really good music. These great people come together. This is why it's so exciting. Take us through some of the highlights of the 45 years that you've been a part of it.
Well, I mean, a highlight to some, it is to me too, but a highlight to more people would be that Allison Krauss played there. She played with us for 8 years.
That is so cool.
I think it was 8. And she comes like every 5, or she has had a tendency to come every 5 and just making a cameo appearance,
type
so
thing. Cool.
This would be the 5th year, but I haven't heard anything, so I don't know.
Allison, if you're out there, please come. It's 5 years.
It would be a nice surprise, but it'll be a surprise to everybody, I guess. I know. I'm trying to get some trivia to maybe have a little fun with before the show starts,
Right.
a couple minutes before the show starts. Like, do you have any idea in 45 years how many people went through those doors for the Bluegrass show? We used to have, when we first started, it was overkill.
You were telling
we had
me
to
that,
turn
yeah.
people away. We had them all in the aisles. We had them lined up on the stage and everything until the fire people came in and said, well, you can't do this anymore. And then they redid the auditorium thing, and they took some seats out to make room for handicap type stuff. And we've had a sellout every year except maybe once, but up to the COVID thing. And
was that pretty tough to get to rebound from the pandemic?
yes, although it's coming back up. We had main year was that 20 or
2019
21.
2020.
We had to have it up at the auction because the college was closed.
Right.
So we went ahead and had the show, but we couldn't have it at the college. And the rest of the time has been good. People were masked if they want to, and they don't if they don't want to, and all that kind of stuff. I remember when we first started out, all back then, the snow and the freezing. I remember one guy just got out of heart surgery, like a week or 2 before, got out of the hospital, and he was there. And heart people aren't supposed to be out in the cold, but no.
He had to be.
Yeah, and he was there, and he was all bundled up, and I'm like, you could. Oh no, can't miss the show. We had people where we'd take them to our house because their car wouldn't start, because one year it was like 17 below zero wind chill type thing. And or they'd get stuck, and we'd take them to our house. They'd stay the night, and we'd go back the next day and shovel them out, or get their car started, or whatever. The bands, like I said, over 45 years, how many bands have actually been there? We've had, I think we had Mike Cleveland twice, and we've had Daly and Vincent 2, maybe 3 times, but all the rest of them it was only a one-time deal. So that's a lot of.
Well, how does it feel too to be able to say that you were able to bring some of these, some of these acts are, national, international touring acts right here to a smaller community? That's got to be something to be really proud of.
Well, it's nice. I mean, we all grew up in the business,
right?
Traveling first around this area. We played Missouri and Iowa and Illinois and some Arkansas. And the bands that traveled with us, some of them have gone real big. Rhonda Vincent is now the queen of bluegrass.
Right.
I mean, she's a hot item. It's nice to have them, but to be perfectly honest, our audience is not a bluegrass audience. I mean, we've had Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. We've had some of the top people.
Right.
And everybody has their favorites, and they'll leave saying, okay, I want my seats for next year, and this is the best year yet. Well, how much better can it get? Every year you say the same thing. But some of them will say, oh, that wasn't my favorite, but they keep coming back, and it doesn't make any difference. It's nice to see, everybody says, don't you feel bad not being up there on stage? And I'm like, no. How can I not feel, anything but good watching Mike's boys and Bull's son be up there, and now their prodigies are up there singing and whatever. I remember Mark started when he was 4 or 5, sang Away in the Manger or something on a show up at the auction house. And I see his girls now singing, and I'm like, well, we want to get to at least 50 years at the college. That would be something. Maybe by then they'll be taking over, and
and who knows?
That'll be a different thing.
Right. Well, why don't we do this? We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about more of the event, where you can get your tickets at, and if you guys want to follow along at home, it's HarmanBluegrass.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for more of our daily show right after this in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Get ready to fit a whole lot more into your day. Introducing the all-new U-Force 1000. It's the talk of the industry, and for good reason. It starts with the all-new 1000cc engine, 79 horsepower, liquid-cooled. Drivetrain, CB Tech, as durable as it gets under heavy loads. The U-Force 1000, everything you need to ride without compromise.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back right here in the heart of the Riverbend on this beautiful Monday morning, right here at the RiverBender building. We're back with Lori Cummings. 45th Annual Harman Family Bluegrass Concert is this Saturday at Hathaway Hall at Lewis and Clark College. Going to be a lot of fun. How many tickets are left? It's time to act fast, huh?
Yeah, I think I have about 100 a little over 100 on the floor, scattered throughout. I have a few, 2 here in the center, and then I have some down in the front if people like front tickets, but they're off to the side a little bit if you've been to the college at all, which is good because you can look across the stage. You don't have to sit here and look back and forth. I have had people complain that that is a problem in the front because it hurts their neck. They have to look back and forth. My aunt and her family sat there, the one who got us started in this, up until she died. She was there every year. But they sat in that front row for 35 years, maybe 40, and then decided they couldn't hear there.
Oh, wow.
So,
where are you going to hear now?
They moved back to the right L, which is considerable back, but I don't know, to each his own. But those tickets are available on the, and we do have that. I try to make everybody happy in the seating.
Right.
Anywhere else you'd pay the money and you get whatever comes to you.
Right.
That's it. But I understand that we're all getting older, and at this time of year, people are all having their surgeries because it's the end of the whatever insurance thing, or just having it in January so they can get it in. So I understand. Oh, I need one where I can stick my right knee out. No, I can't hear out of this ear, so I have to be on that side. So I try to do that. I know a lot of people ask for aisle seats.
Oh,
and there's 900 and whatever seats in there, and there's only 98 aisle seats. So everybody can't have an aisle seat, but I do the best I can. There's still places to pick from, and of course, if you want to be away from everybody, there's balcony, which there are people sitting up there, but I think there's 200 and something seats up there. So there's some.
Well, there's still time to act, but honestly, you better act quick because I think the big thing was getting back from the pandemic. Did people, sometimes people got confused with events that were going on, and were they? And you guys kept going strong and kept going through it, which has got to be something that's you're going to look back on in a couple of years and go, I'm really glad we did and kept that continuity going.
I'm already glad. I don't have to look back. And people sometimes wait for the weather, too.
Right, that's true.
Well, the weather's going to be good. It's supposed to be 40 on Saturday, no snow or rain.
And if you're a younger person, because we have younger people that watch this show, and I appreciate it, there's not a bad seat at Hathaway Hall. I mean, really, the entire auditorium is beautiful. It sounds perfect. And it's a great venue for especially music like this. I mean, that's going to sound beautiful in there.
And if you don't like bluegrass, I had one lady say, I said, do you want to be put on my list to call?
Right.
I better see if I like it first. Well, okay.
That's fine. You're right.
Yeah, check it out. It almost seems, I hate to say it like this, but it almost seems you either love it or you hate it.
Well, and you know what I love about it, though, is it seems like it's one of the music genres that didn't go through a dramatic, just completely transformative, period. It seems like bluegrass is still, it's newer and it sounds great, but it hasn't lost its tradition.
Well, we'll have to say it's a little bit easier to like now because back when it was all that whiny, it was Bill Monroe and stuff, it was the true hillbilly, whatever players that adapted that music and stuff. And you were saying young folks would like it. I'm telling you, the pickers that are coming up, they have bluegrass camps everywhere. Thousands of young kids just playing the fire out of instruments and writing songs and everything. It just kind of makes me...
That's got to be something to be proud of and happy about.
Well, when we were coming up, there weren't very many. We were 11, 15, and 17.
Wow.
No, 11, 13, and 15 when we started. And we were the odd men out, odd people out because there weren't a lot of young groups like that. But you couldn't, that'd be hard to... to say today because there are so many.
That is incredible. But the thing is, that's got to be really cool because this is going to keep living on for generation after generation now with the younger talent. And I was actually, now that you say that, there was a video of a younger guy. He had to have been about 9 or 10 years old, and he was singing out his life out of some bluegrass music and picking on the guitar, and he played the opera even.
Yeah.
And now here I am, in a local morning show, just asking God, why can't I be on the Opry stage? But that's okay, because I get to talk to Lori Cummings about why you guys should go check them out when they're going to be on Hathaway's stage this Saturday. What are the details again? Where can we get tickets? How do we get a hold of you?
That was a neat thing too. We've all have had opportunity to play the Opry stage.
Really?
Bull played with Rhonda Vincent. Mike played with, I don't know, I guess it was Allison, maybe somebody else, and I played the Opry with Petticoat Junction.
No way!
So
How was that? I gotta ask you.
Standing in that circle, I'm the bass player, so I didn't get
Right.
center stage, but I had to go over and stand in the circle before I left just to say, I've been. It's still an institution.
Was it nerve-wracking though before you go out there, or were you calm, cool, and collected?
Yeah, well, I don't know. That was so long ago. That was 30-something years ago. I don't even remember. But the show is this Saturday at 7 p.m. The doors probably to the building will open at 6, and if you can't stand, we try and put some chairs up there while you're waiting to get in. The bands are the Harman family with Karina and Jeremy Stevens from Nashville, Tennessee, and that Dalton gang, which are young folks, some of those pickers like I was talking about earlier. If you need tickets, you need to call me, Lori, at 618-259-0991, and I'll do the best to hook you up with some. I don't like to have to say this, and I haven't had to say it very much in all these years, but there probably will be tickets at the door, but they may be balcony. So if you want something other than balcony,
Right.
you might give me a call.
Absolutely. And Lori, I hope it goes well for you guys, so that way I can talk to you next year and for the next 5 or 6 years, because we're getting to number 50 and then some, I think. This Saturday, all the fun. Music starts at 7 p.m., correct?
7 p.m. And don't forget, it's the second Saturday. I mean, people just have it in their head
Right.
because it's been the third Saturday all this time, but the college changed
Right.
that this year. So it's the third Saturday, or second Saturday. Don't get to the third one and say, I'm going to the Harman show tonight, because
It won't be.
it's over.
Right. Well, Lori, thank you so much for your time. I hope it goes well, and I know there's going to be some great music on Saturday, and next year we're going to have you back on to talk about it again.
Well, thanks for having me.
We'll take a quick break. Our daily show rolls on right after this in the heart of the Riverbend that's downtown Alton.